Hey everyone, this is Carla, and welcome to an all new episode of Projectize, a project management show where I'm your hostess. I am a certified project management professional, certified Scrum and IDO 3 and 4, with over 12 years problem solving experience in project IT service and data analytics. And you can get in touch with me at info@carlarjenkins.com and carlarjenkins.com. Also, if you love project management and you want to know how to apply it in your day and your life, because I believe everything should be projectized, follow me here on Periscope at periscope.tv/Carl Jenkins. You can also sign up for the newsletter PM Project at bit.ly/PM expert email. So, as you can see on the screen, Slack, a workflow project management application, reportedly chooses to list on the New York Stock Exchange. And this is big, especially as I mentioned before, Slack is used in a lot of virtual project management communications. And 90% of the time, as a project manager, you communicate. So every day on average, 9 of the 10 tasks that you do as a certified project manager is communication. So this comes courtesy of TechCrunch.com. And also what Projectize does is 3 things: the business of project management, how businesses use project management, and obtaining project management certification. So today's episode, we're going to do the business of project management since it's stock exchange listing. So I'm going to read it. It said the ubiquitous corporate messaging service Slack is following in the footsteps of Spotify subscription music service and heading to the New York Stock Exchange for trading through a direct listing, according to Wall Street Journal. Well, I'm going to discuss why this is different. The New York Stock Exchange is not technical. It doesn't deal with a lot of tech companies. NASDAQ was created for tech companies. So the traditional tech company listing stock exchange is NASDAQ, not the New York Stock Exchange. It's more non-tech, more traditional companies like Procter and Gamble, General Motors, things like that. Your Microsoft, your Apple, those are mostly, most of those would be listed on NASDAQ. And then TechCrunch continues. So this is a big deal because it's going against what is traditionally technical of being listed on NASDAQ. TechCrunch continues. Slack, which reportedly had somewhere near $900 million on its hand last October when it was prepping for its initial public offering, is likely choosing the direct listing route for some of the same reasons Spotify had when it went public. So the direct listing is maneuver or tactic is to help people who are with the company get their shares at a more discounted rate. So they want to make sure that they take care of their employees first, which is a good thing because your employees are your first customers. And since, especially if you have long-term people who have been with the company for a long time, look at it from the Facebook perspective. If you look at someone like Sheryl Sandberg, who was at Facebook since its inception, or one of the first employees when Facebook went public on the stock exchange, she got a different deal than someone who just started or was there less than a year ago. And that's something, I wanted to explain with direct listing. But I wanted to bring this up because in previous episodes of Projectize, I talked about Slack and its importance for workflow management, and more importantly, how in an ever increasingly global society that people are relying on project management. They're using project management to solve their problems. And I wanted to dispel the myth that project management is a silo. I wanted to demystify the project management process, because what happens oftentimes is people think that project management is like construction or defense. And it's not necessarily that. People are using project management outside the traditional economy sectors. So they're using it for technology. They're using it for education. They're using it for health and wellness. They're using it for agriculture. People use project management outside of just the traditional defense and construction. And I wanted to use Projectize to demystify that process. And you see with Slack is messenger service, but it is applying project management principles such as project management software and virtual project management in a way to for its business models and as a service to reach out to people. Furthermore, as I mentioned before, as a project manager, 90% of your time you are communicating. So communication is very important. That's why Slack is seen as important in the project management space. And it was able to reap the benefits of seeing that using virtual project management to list itself on the New York Stock Exchange, which I also mentioned is different because most tech companies are on NASDAQ. And as it says right here, this will be a banner year for public offerings in the U.S., and the NYES and rival NASDAQ exchanges are competing to see who can claim the most tech public offerings, which I also mentioned, and I wanted to educate people in the project management space, but also the stock space, that we have like 3 different exchanges in New York. You have the NYSE, you have the NASDAQ, and you have the Amex exchange. But like I was saying, NASDAQ is competing with New York Stock Exchange. New York Stock Exchange has already claimed Pinterest, Uber, and Slack. So it is a bidding war. It is the business of project management that is now coming to the forefront of the stock exchange and valuations. And as the hostess of Projectize, the project management show, I wanted to be able to make sure that everybody had the up and coming knowledge regarding project management and what's currently happening. So that's this episode of Projectize. Once again, if you like project management, you like the show, you can always sign up for PM Project at bit.ly/PM Project email. So my name is Carla, hostess of Projectize, the project management show, and I'll see everyone in the next episode. Goodbye.